Ko te ata mahina, ata tuhi, ata rapa, mai a te putanga. O tamanui te rā, ko te ataha para, mai a te pō. Kawatea, ki te whai au, ki te ao marama. In Te Ao Māori, there are multiple phases of dawn. This waiata outlines the phases that lead up to the dawn of a new day. Every dawn provides an opportunity for us to be better than the day before. You see, Māori were great voyagers and navigators, using the stars, moon, and sun as their guide for safe passage. Every member on the waka had their job to do to ensure that everyone on board reached their destination safely. Often journeys were perilous and lives depended on a high level of trust between all those steering, paddling, and guiding the waka. To achieve a successful journey, everyone on board needed to be committed and united. This waiata, together with the symbolism of the waka, provides insight and learnings using a Te Ao Māori lens on how we can achieve race unity in Aotearoa. Kia kōtahi te hoi, paddle as one. Te ata pō, the fading stars and moon before the light. I interpret this as our current state of race relations here in Aotearoa. Let's take a look. The 9th of February 2021, it's about cultural identity. Māori Party co-leader kicked out of Parliament for refusing to wear a tie. The 9th of February 2021, Tamati Coffee slams Rāori Waititi for fighting with Speaker Trevor Mallard about Parliament tie rule, and the 10th of February 2021, Speaker rules tie requirement to be dropped from Parliament. This is just one example of the many race relation headlines that can be found in Aotearoa today. I chose this example because it shows the complexities that we face when addressing race relation issues. Already, we see a divide between Māori and non-Māori, but also a divide between Māori and Māori. In this situation, whilst in our waka during Te Ata Pō, the journey is turbulent. We're not seeing kotahitanga, we're not seeing commitment, and the skills of those on board are not being recognised to enable us to reach our destination unscathed. With this in mind, we are then able to move into Te Ata Mahina, the early morning light, interpreted as the realisation. A key realisation with this example is the fact that not only do we need to be individually responsible for our actions and for our words, but we also need to be united as a committed team. Rāori Waititi is an elected member of the Parliament, advocating and being the voice of the people. He had the right to be there, the right to participate and the right to speak, yet his voice was left unheard and he was excluded. He was staunch in his convictions and was eventually successful in getting an ancient rule of Parliament changed. Mr. Waititi was then quoted as saying, "The caucasity of Caucasians and their active assimilation agenda. Pay them no attention. Their archaic species is becoming more extinct." My question is, what did this achieve? He had already succeeded in getting an ancient rule of Parliament changed, yet his comments reignited cultural disharmony within Aotearoa. Within our waka, during Te Ata Mahina, we are coming to the realisation that we all have a role to play to ensure safe passage. We have to hold both ourselves and each other equally to account. From Te Ata Mahina comes Te Ata Hāpara, the breaking dawn. This is the movement, the mobilisation. This is about breaking the current cycle we are in, which up until this point has had very little success. To do this, we need a refreshed plan. We need leaders and influencers to make good decisions and skilled members of the team who are all working together to contribute to our goal. We need to find a way to navigate collectively through the turbulent and often chaotic times and work together to forge a safe and harmonious future for all cultures within Aotearoa. Our waka during Te Ata Hāpara is back on track. We have a new plan. We have new leaders who will make good decisions and skilled members of the team who are all working together to get us to our final destination. Te Ata, the dawn, the new beginning. But what does a new beginning look like for race relations in Aotearoa? What can we do now in our communities to demonstrate that the eradication of racism is possible? Well, there's not just one magical fix for this. We need to address this issue from a number of different angles. Just like our waka, everyone on board has a role and a part to play. We need to understand our role and model good behaviour when it comes to our personal attitudes, our actions, as well as our language. We need to work collectively as a team in order to achieve great results. You see, crew members on our waka need a succession plan. They need to teach and pass on these learnings and skills to our next generation to ensure that our traditions can continue, but we need to do the same from a race relations perspective, as our personal attitudes and actions will determine long-term success for the future. So let's be ambitious. All secondary schools in New Zealand are to have a specific race relations policy and strategy. Included is how they will address inequities and what actions they are taking to support all ethnic students, their families, and wider community. Implement a race relations youth council to ensure the voices of our ethnic minorities are heard, and provide training and education packages concerning race relations to all staff and all students, as well as promoting positive race relations stories within the school community. We will have national inter-school forums and create a network of race relation youth ambassadors to advocate and inform Parliament and government agencies on future policy, practice and legislation, all from a youth perspective. You see, by following the phases of dawn, Te Ata provides a Te Ao Māori model of critical reflection, resetting and response. So what have I learnt from my own personal efforts to free myself from racial prejudice and to build unity? Well, I have learnt that I cannot sit back and wait for the government to fix things. I have learnt that I'm one of many young people passionate about race relations who has the opportunity to set its future course. He manako te kaura I kore ai. Wishing for the crayfish does not mean that you're going to get it. We all have to be proactive in our actions with race relations. Let's not sit back and accept what is happening. Let's be the change. We exist today born of the light. With every dawn, we are able to celebrate and embrace new beginnings, together as one. Tēnā tātou katoa.